Hi and welcome. My name's Tolan and I'm the co-founder of Productivity Me. In this video, we're going to look at how to copy a worksheet, whether that be copying a worksheet that we have in the same workbook that we're using, or to a new workbook, or to an existing workbook that we also have open at the time of copying. So with that, we will look at the keyboard shortcut Alt-E-M, as well as a couple alternate methods. All right, if you're as excited as I am, here we go. Splendid. So we still have the example that we were using last time. I'm really excited. I bet you are too. Now, in the last video, we looked at how to move items. We could do this by pressing Alt-E-M and then selecting the location that we want to move it to. We can drag and drop, or alternatively, we can right-click and then go to move or copy. Now, the largest difference between moving and copying, other than when you move it, it's the quintessential equivalent of cutting, meaning that you're moving the original data to a new location. And when you copy something, it's taking that data and making a duplicate of it. The difference is in the way in which you treat this little dialog box here. So when you say create a copy, hit OK, it will create a duplicate of that information. So if you wanted to do this with a keyboard shortcut, you could press Alt-E-M, and then we're going to create a copy of this. So we hit OK, and you'll notice now that we have test parentheses 3, test parentheses 2, which are both copies of this test data. Now, if we wanted to create a copy using our keyboard and the mouse, rather than just drag and drop, we can instead press the Control key and drag and drop. Pressing the Control key, well, first we'd want to click on that cell. Then we press the Control key. You'll see that there's this little plus sign at the bottom portion of our screen. When you add the Control key, then you drag and drop, and that will create a duplicate. So again, I'm going to select, I want to duplicate this worksheet here. I'm going to click on it, press the Control key, and move it, and it would create a copy. Alternately, I can press Alt-E-M and then click this little button, create a copy. Or lastly, I can right click, select move or copy, create a copy, okay, and we have a copy. Now, just like we could move an item from any place in our existing worksheet, we can actually do entirely a new workbook, which would create a copy. So a better example would be to move an individual file that has a more unique name. We'll say name. All right, so we have this new table. It's a really great table. We're going to call it data version 1. So if we were to move it, it would basically cut that table, cut that worksheet out, but we're going to create a copy. We're going to move it to a new book. We're going to hit OK, and then we have a copy of this information. And if we scroll back, you'll notice that this data version 1 is still present in our existing workbook. So with that, we looked at how to copy information. We can do this by hitting Alt-E-M and then selecting this little individual box, hitting OK. We can move or copy data by pressing or selecting the item that we want to move with our mouse, and then pressing the Control key, dragging and dropping. That will create an additional copy. Or alternatively, we can right click, go to move and copy, again, create a copy, and then hit OK. Lastly, we looked at the ability to move or copy items either to a location in our existing workbook, another workbook that we have open, or create an entirely new workbook. So with that, in our next video, we'll look at how to delete a worksheet by using the keyboard shortcut Alt-E-L. Check that out in our next video, and as always, thanks for watching.